walked into the room dripping in gold. Dripping, dripping. I walked into the room dripping in gold.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a video that's super funny. I actually filmed it for my Spanish channel and it was hilarious, so I decided to film it for you guys as well. And it is on how I used to do my makeup when I was in high school. I only did makeup when I was grade 11, grade 12, which was 2011, 2012. That's when I just started wearing makeup. I don't know, out of nowhere. I just really liked it. And little by little I just started wearing makeup. So if you guys want to know how I did my makeup in high school, then please keep on watching. Alright you guys, I remember wearing foundation, but it was a really greasy foundation and it was a little lighter than my skin tone. It was either too light or too dark, and I always preferred it to be light. I don't know why, don't ask me. And I remember that I used to wear the L'Oreal True Match, and that was in the shade W5. I remember it was W5 or W6. One or the other. I remember wearing that and it was just so greasy. The foundation just wouldn't stay on my skin. I would be shiny right away. And I remember if I would touch my face and I would touch something else, I would leave the smudge of foundation where whatever I touched, and it was so gross, but it was funny now that I think about it because I never set my foundation. So yeah, first I'm going to pick up, this is the L'Oreal Infallible in the shade 105. I'm shade 107 at the moment because I still have my tan. So I'm going to go ahead and apply some of this foundation. I remember that I used to apply my foundation with my hands, with my fingers. I never found that brush that would actually make my face look as good as my fingers would. So I remember applying the foundation with my fingers all over the face, and I clearly remember not applying any primer. I didn't even know what primer was. And I remember that I would apply my foundation just like in downward motions. Oh my god. I'm gonna use this foundation even though I don't have the L'Oreal True Match, because I went to the store and I looked for it, but it wasn't, they didn't have the shade that I was looking for. And it was like freaking $18. That's so expensive for a drugstore foundation. I feel like they're getting to be ridiculously expensive. I would just add $10 and I could buy a MAC foundation. This foundation here in Canada costs me like 20 bucks. Depends on where you get it. If you get it at the drugstore, it costs you a little less, but it's only like a $2 difference. It's still above $15. I also remember not blending my foundation with my neck, and that is why you could clearly tell that I was wearing a foundation much lighter, because there was a distinct line between my face and my neck. Poor me. I don't know how I walked around with this face, but you know what? If you don't know you're doing something wrong, you don't feel like embarrassed or anything, right? And I remember that I would go over my eyebrows because sometimes it would be a difference, like it would be red or it would be just like skin color, and I wanted everything to be completely even. So once I applied the foundation, and I would apply a good amount, like I swear I loved my full coverage since day one, and that's why I started wearing makeup, because I loved what it did to my skin. I loved how it made me look, well, at the time. Now I'm just nodding my head. Wow, this foundation is amazing. It's super matte already. It's not shiny, and I haven't even set it, and I won't set it because I never used to set my foundation. Okay, so once I finish applying my foundation on the face with my hands, I always used to carry like makeup remover wipes, and I would just clean my hands off, of course, because they have all this foundation on them. I remember touching things and then the foundation would just stain them. Oh my god. Alright, right after I did my foundation, oh, you know what I also did with the makeup wipe? I cleaned my eyebrows just so they wouldn't be so gray and cakey. That's it. I would move on to my eyeliner. I always remember wearing eyeliner since like I started. I don't remember exactly what eyeliner I wore, but it was a similar one to the NYC because it was from the drugstore. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and start showing you the master wing liner that I used to wear. Okay, so for the liner, I remember that I would do my liner just a line, like a cut line, and this one would always be so nice. And then I wouldn't do a thick line, I would just what? I wouldn't do a thick line, I just would line from here to there, and then that was about it. And then what I would also do, this one would always be more straight than the other one, even though I tried so hard. Oh shit, I just dropped the bottle. Even though I tried so hard to make it even. There, see, this one would always have a curve and this one would always be like straight, no matter why. I don't know why, I just couldn't get it right. And then right after that, I went ahead and with my same eyeliner, I would use it as mascara because I didn't have mascara. I didn't even know mascara existed, even though I would probably walk by it at the drugstore millions of times. I remember I would go like this with my mascara and with the liner, and I remember that I loved how it looked because my eyelashes would be so noticeable at the time. Okay, once we finished that, I remember using blush. I would use this one from Maybelline, and this, it wasn't the Fit Me, it was the older version one, and it wasn't as pigmented as this. This one is a little mineralized, the other one was matte, and I remember that it was a little orange. Then this one's a little more pink. I don't remember the other one. And what I clearly remember doing was applying my blush and then noticing that it wouldn't do anything, so I remember using the back of my brush just to scrape out the blush and then applying it, and I would just apply a little circle there. Little Miss Clown. Okay, and I remember I would apply the blush just like that, and I wouldn't set my foundation or use bronzer or anything. That's it. I also remember clearly that the foundation from my nose would wear out so fast because my nose would sweat a lot all the time, and I used to just clean the sweat off or like dab it off, and so I would do the same thing with my foundation. So most of the time I never had foundation on my nose because it would just, you know, fade away. So basically this was my everyday makeup look to go to school, mostly in grade 11. It got better in grade 12, which was in 2012. And then now I'm going to show you what I used to do if I had to go out, or if I had a birthday party, or if I had a party or whatever to go to. I would just make my makeup a little bit more extra. I wish I never did that, but I did. I'm just going to use the colors from this BH palette, this 88 shimmery eyeshadow color palette. What? Color palette? This eyeshadow, 88 shimmery eyeshadow palette. That's what I want to say. And I remember I never had brushes, so I remember always using the applicator that the palettes would come with. You know, these ones, most of the times they were the little ones with the cottons at the end. I wouldn't prime my eyelids or anything. I would just go straight ahead with a super shimmery dark brown eyeshadow, and I would just apply it on the outer corner. And I remember making the brush flat and then going from the center, literally one line, and dragging it to the outer corner. No blending, no transition shade, nothing. I remember it was really pigmented though. I really liked that palette because it was so pigmented. They don't have it anymore, so I'm gonna do the same to the other eye, of course. It's funny because I just did it for my Spanish channel too, and I showed my boyfriend. He's like, oh my god, that's exactly how you used to do your makeup. He's like, I remember. Exactly like this. And then my favorite color was the gold from the palette. It was a gold yellowish eyeshadow, and then I would just put it right where there's that space there. No blending, of course. And I'd always have the line and the mascara in quotation marks. Okay, so that was about it. But I remember it was more, a little bit, it wasn't that yellow. It was more like a gold yellow, more like that. Okay, like this. And this is how it would look. I remember that I also bought a MAC shadow. It was, oh shit, I just dropped the palette. It was nylon eyeshadow, and I remember just packing this eyeshadow in the inner corner of the eye so much because I wanted this to be so bright. I don't know why I got that idea. I swear. I think because I ran out of my eyeshadow from that little quad from the Wet n Wild. And on that palette it said crease, eyelid, crease, brow bone. It would tell you where to apply each eyeshadow. They were all shimmer and they were all super pigmented, so you had like super pigmented eyeshadows everywhere. And I remember that I used to bring the nylon eyeshadow right underneath the lower lash line. Right there. Oh my god. And right now I'm looking extra crazy because I have a tan, so this eyeshadow is just super white on me right now. I don't think I looked that crazy back then because I was a little bit more fair and that helped to hide the colors. Oh my god. And this is it. That was basically it. It's funny because I have a picture that I'm wearing this look and I'll probably put it somewhere here if I find it, but brings back the memories. My eye just got really red right on the outer corner. I don't know why. Okay, once the face makeup was done, I remember using a super pale lipstick. I think it might have been Myth by MAC. I don't really know. But I think it was Myth. This one is 910 Bare All from Maybelline. These lipsticks are bomb. Well, not this color on me right now, that's for sure. But you guys know what I mean. And then I would just blend it out with my finger to make sure that it wasn't pale. Like I said, this tan does not help this makeup right now because it just makes me look orange and just the tones are not working with me. But basically, I'm gonna model you this makeup right now as I usually do.
I walked into the room dripping in gold.
Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. And as always, I'll see you in my next tutorial very soon. Bye-bye.